Hi everyone, I'm Sabrina, the product owner of altHR. If you need some help on how to set up your annual leave, you are in the right place. Today I'm going to walk you through all the steps you need to configure your annual leave policy. So let's get started. So how do you get to leaves policy? Well, on the left here, you'll see a leaves button. You can click to expand it, and then there's a policy section. So if you click on policies, you'll be taken to this page. Typically, a company would only have one annual leave policy, but say you're configuring annual leave for a specific type of people, of employees within your company, you can create another one and set eligibility, and I will show you how. So let's get started. So you click on create leave policy. You can click on annual leave right here, and then you select create policy. You'll be taken to a full page, so let's go through it here. So this is all your policies again, and leave. You can set a leave policy name, so say annual leave for contract staff, for example. And this is for your internal purposes. You can have a display name, so say you only want to show it annual leave, you can put that there. You can enter a description if you would like. When this require attachment is if you require some sort of attachment when your employee submits a leave request with this policy. So typically a sick leave policy would require an attachment like a medical note. So you can require it or not. You can require a description from the users, so for them to explain why they are applying for leaves or not. And let's open advanced settings. So what does this mean? Count day as a working day or a calendar day. So working day is basically your business day. Most annual leave policies will follow working day. For whatever reason you would like to follow calendar day, there is the option there as well. You can select apply in advance. So say for example you require employees to at least apply 7 days in advance. 7 days in advance. You can choose working days, so 7 business days or 7 calendar days instead. So let's go with working days. You can click this to allow emergency leave. So say if it's within that 7 working days, it will still allow employees to submit the leave request. However, it will then be flagged as an emergency leave on the admin dashboard as well as the manager's team request section. So this is letting people still apply within the 7 working days, but then it will be flagged as emergency leave. You can limit the number of emergency leaves to say maybe employees can only take 12 emergency leaves a year or a cycle. So you can set your limit there. Next up, we have eligibility. So I mentioned earlier, this is a policy for contract staff. So you can set eligibility. Say there's a number of options, but let's say contract type. And we only want contract staff to be able to see this policy and use this policy. So there's a number that you can include in here, minimum for service, etc. Organization. So say maybe only your marketing team has a special entitlement. You can set that as well. So entitlement, so this is your full entitlement for the whole cycle. So typically a year, so let's say 14 as a default. You can also set advanced settings. So when does this entitlement refresh? Most companies would be on the 1st of January, the start of a new year. But if you are, say your cycle starts mid-year, 1st of July, you can set it that way. You can also force employees to take leave consecutively. So must this leave be taken consecutively or yes? You can allow or not allow half-day leaves here. So I will allow half-day leaves and apply the same entitlement for everyone, yes or no. So no, you can give, say people at a certain location. So this automatically populates all the offices that you have set up in company, and immediately, say the Ipoh branch gets 20 days based on local legislation that says that they have to have 20 days leave, for example, a year. So you can set that up. So that is one. The fourth section is called pro rata. So are you going to prorate your leaves? Let's go yes. So the difference, full entitlement on a pro rata basis versus earned leave. So full entitlement means that as soon as that they join, say 1st of July, that's halfway through the cycle. If this setting is on, those employees that joined halfway through the year immediately get their full entitlement prorated. So say your leave is 14 days a year. If they join on the 1st of July, immediately on the 1st of July, they will have 7 days leave, 50% of the annual. If you choose earned leave, on the other hand, they will receive their entitlement after they've completed X amount of days. So say, for example, on the 1st of July, they might have 0. After a month, they would be prorated a month's worth and receive a month's worth of their prorated balance. So on the 1st of August, only then will they receive some leave balance for them to apply with. You can choose on which cycle, so on every cycle or your first cycle. You can choose rounding, so round up or round down, for example, and you can break it down to half day or full day. You can set here, so say earned leave, you can set, on the 1st of the month to the 10th, they will get 1 full month, for example. So you can configure it this way as well. So a lot of control here. You can simulate the entitlement, so you can see what it looks like here. Annual default entitlement 20 days. Assume cycle starts on 1st Jan. So you can have a look in this section, which you can expand to view a simulation of the policy that you're setting. So prorate entitlement when leave entitlement increases. So this is related to this part. Is it this part here? Yes, this part here, this table. So say when their entitlement increases, should it be prorated? And yes, it should. Or you can give them the full balance immediately. Next section is congratulatory email. So, do you want to send a congratulatory email to employees on their anniversary? You can toggle that on and off. Approval routing. So in leave settings, you can set default approval routings for leaves. So say, for example, only line manager for annual leave, or you can set custom approval routing here. So no, I want to add a custom approval routing. So say by a specific employee, say the CEO, let's say this user, and I want to set that this specific person has to go to head of division. So I can choose specifically by employee, I can choose by organization. So say in product, for example, they follow a different route. So I can customize that based on policies. One thing to note though is that if you set custom approval routing, you do need to set an all route. So if I go back here, I do need to select all and set a default approval routing from here. So let's say all does LM. So I've set that, and then I want to add another route, say just for a specific job band. So if I go to, general manager actually follows, goes to IT senior executive, confirm. I do need an all. If you don't specify this all, if an employee tries to, that isn't in general manager or this job band, if an employee tries to apply for leave, they will see an error that says approval routing not defined. If you don't set the route here, or at least an all fallback approval routing from within the policy, it doesn't use your default approval routings that is in leave settings. So let's just switch back here. You can also auto approve the leave. So say, for example, if an approver has not approved or rejected the request after X number of days, which you can put here, say after 30 days, The manager or approver has not approved or rejected the request, this leave request will automatically be approved. And then once you're done, you can click on confirm and you'll have your new annual leave policy right here. Thanks for watching. I hope that helps you with your annual leave policy setup. Thank you for being an altHR customer.